Life, my friends, often feels like a complex equation, but some truths are elegantly simple. One such truth whispers through the ages. The good you send out into the world finds its way back to you. Join me now as we explore the profound power of kindness and how nurturing this simple virtue can enrich your life in ways you never imagined. Open your ears, open your hearts, and let these lessons inspire you. In the grand tapestry of human existence, it's easy to feel insignificant, a single thread amidst billions. Yet, every single thread, every single action has the power to create a profound impact. This is the essence of the ripple effect, a fundamental principle that governs not just the physical world, but the intricate dance of human interaction. A seemingly small act of kindness, like a pebble dropped into a calm pond, sends out ever-widening circles, touching lives far beyond the initial point of contact. Consider the simple act of holding a door open for someone. It takes but a moment, a minimal expenditure of effort. Yet, for the person walking through, it can be a moment of unexpected grace, a brief respite from a hurried day. That person, feeling a lift in their spirit, might then offer a genuine smile to the barista, who in turn feels acknowledged and appreciated, perhaps making their next interaction with a customer more positive. And so the ripple spreads, a chain reaction of goodwill stemming from that single, seemingly insignificant gesture. History offers grander examples. Think of Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat on a bus. A single act of defiance, rooted in a deep sense of dignity, sparked a widespread movement for civil rights that changed a nation. Her kindness was not soft or sentimental, but a fierce kindness toward justice and equality for all. It wasn't an isolated event. It ignited a powerful wave of change. The profound truth here is that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever truly lost. It always finds its way, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically, to affect the collective consciousness. Understanding this interconnectedness empowers us, reminding us that even the simplest gesture carries immense potential. Even the smallest act of kindness can create far-reaching positive effects. By recognizing this ripple effect, we understand the profound impact of our actions. Try this. Today, perform one small, unexpected act of kindness for someone, a genuine compliment, letting someone go ahead of you, or a simple thank you. Observe how it makes you and the other person feel. In a world that often operates on a transactional basis, quid pro quo, give and take, the true power of kindness is unlocked when we move beyond expectation. This means extending ourselves, offering our time, resources, or compassion without any attachment to receiving something in return. It's an act of pure generosity, a selfless giving that flows from the heart, unburdened by the mental ledger of what might be owed back to us. It is in this unadulterated giving that kindness truly nourishes both the recipient and the giver. Consider the anonymous donor, the person who quietly funds a scholarship, volunteers at a soup kitchen without seeking recognition, or leaves a thoughtful note for a struggling neighbor. Their reward isn't external praise or immediate reciprocation. Their reward is the internal satisfaction, the quiet joy that comes from knowing they've made a difference simply because they could. Their kindness isn't a strategy. It's an overflow. This act of giving freely without strings attached demonstrates a profound trust in the inherent goodness of the universe, or perhaps simply a belief in the inherent worth of another human being. This doesn't mean we become doormats, allowing ourselves to be exploited. It means cultivating a mindset where our acts of kindness are driven by compassion and generosity, not by a calculated hope for return. When we give beyond expectation, we release ourselves from the potential for disappointment if our kindness isn't immediately reciprocated. We are liberated from the burden of keeping score. This profound freedom allows us to operate from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, fostering a deeper sense of inner peace. And paradoxically, it is often when we least expect it that the universe or life itself responds to our open-handed generosity in unforeseen and beautiful ways. True kindness flourishes when we give without expectation of return. This frees us from disappointment and allows for genuine connection. Try this today. Find one opportunity to give something like time, attention, or a helping hand to someone without any expectation of being thanked or receiving anything back. Notice the feeling of pure generosity. We often focus on the profound impact kindness has on the recipient, and rightly so. A kind word can lift a spirit, a helping hand can ease a burden. But a remarkable truth lies in the less obvious effect, the profound way in which kindness transforms the giver. It's not just about what you do for others, it's about what the act of doing, the very essence of kindness, does to you. It creates an inner glow, a warmth that radiates from within and profoundly impacts your own mental and emotional well-being. Consider a simple scientific observation. When you perform an act of kindness, your brain releases oxytocin, often called the love hormone, and endorphins, which are natural pain relievers. This biochemical response contributes to what some call the helper's high, a feeling of warmth, happiness, and reduced stress. It's a natural reward system built into our very biology that encourages prosocial behavior. This isn't just theory, it's a tangible feeling, a sense of lightness and contentment that often follows an act of genuine compassion. Think of someone you know who consistently gives to others, who seems to radiate warmth and generosity. They often appear more content, more grounded, and more genuinely joyful. Their kindness isn't a facade. It's a reflection of an internal state that has been cultivated through repeated acts of compassion. It's like tending a garden within yourself. Every time you plant a seed of kindness, water it with empathy, and nurture it with generosity, you are simultaneously cultivating a richer, more vibrant inner landscape. This isn't about self-serving acts disguised as kindness. It's about recognizing that our own well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of others. The inner glow of kindness is a self-renewing source of positive energy, transforming not just the world around us, but the world within. Kindness isn't just beneficial for others. It profoundly transforms the giver, leading to increased well-being and an inner glow. Try this. Reflect on a time recently when you performed an act of kindness. Notice how you felt afterward. Did you experience a sense of warmth, peace, or contentment? Pay attention to this feeling and recognize it as your body's positive response. Human beings are fundamentally social creatures. We thrive on connection, on belonging, and on the intricate web of relationships that define our lives. Within this delicate ecosystem, kindness acts as the most potent builder of bridges, fostering understanding, trust, and genuine connection. It transcends differences, heals old wounds, and lays the groundwork for strong, resilient relationships, whether they be personal, professional, or within the broader community. Consider the story of a neighborhood that comes together after a natural disaster. Strangers offer shelter, share food, and lend a hand to clear debris. In the face of shared adversity, the usual barriers of social status or personal differences often dissolve. The simple, selfless acts of kindness, a shared meal, a comforting word, a physical helping hand, forge immediate bonds. These acts create a sense of shared humanity, a recognition that we are all in this together. These bridges, built not with brick and mortar but with empathy and generosity, become the foundation for a stronger, more cohesive community, long after the immediate crisis has passed. In our daily lives, kindness in relationships means active listening, offering forgiveness, expressing appreciation, and being there for someone not just in good times, but especially in moments of vulnerability. It's the gentle word instead of the harsh retort, the patient understanding instead of immediate judgment. These seemingly small acts accumulate, weaving a robust fabric of trust and mutual respect. When we consistently extend kindness, we invite reciprocity. We create an environment where others feel safe, valued, and understood. This not only strengthens individual bonds, but contributes to a collective atmosphere of goodwill, making our communities more compassionate and our world a more humane place. Kindness is the architect of human connection. Kindness is a powerful force for building strong, trusting relationships and cohesive communities. By extending kindness, we create environments where people feel valued and connected. Try this. Choose one relationship that could benefit from more intentional kindness. Today, perform a specific act of kindness for that person. It could be listening attentively without interrupting, offering sincere appreciation, or doing a small favor. Often, when we speak of kindness, we think of outward gestures towards others. But one of the most profound and liberating forms of kindness is directed inward and then outward, the act of forgiveness. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or anger towards someone who has wronged us or even towards ourselves for past mistakes is like carrying a heavy, invisible burden. It saps our energy, clouds our judgment, and traps us in the past. Forgiveness, therefore, is an act of profound kindness, not just to the person being forgiven, but powerfully to oneself. It is the key to true freedom. Consider the life of Desmond Tutu, a central figure in the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa. After decades of brutal oppression, the country faced a choice: vengeance or reconciliation. Tutu, as head of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, championed forgiveness. This wasn't about forgetting the past or condoning injustice. It was about acknowledging the truth, seeking accountability, and then, crucially, choosing to release the desire for retribution. His work demonstrated that forgiveness, even on a national scale, is not weakness, but immense strength. It freed a nation from the chains of its past, allowing it to build a future based on peace. Forgiving others means releasing the anger and resentment, choosing to let go of the need for them to somehow pay for their transgression. Doesn't mean condoning their actions or necessarily forgetting what happened, but it means choosing not to let that event continue to control your emotional state. Self-forgiveness, equally vital, means acknowledging your own past errors, learning from them, and then extending the same compassion to yourself that you would to a friend. When you forgive, You break the chains that bind you to bitterness. You create space for healing, for peace, and for moving forward with a lighter heart. It is a radical act of self-love that extends its benevolent reach to everyone around you. Forgiveness, for both others and ourselves, is a powerful act of kindness that liberates us from the burden of resentment and promotes healing. Think of someone for whom you're holding a grudge or regret. Consider what it would feel like to release that burden, even if just a little. Visualize letting go of the negative energy associated with it. When life throws its hardest punches, when adversity strikes, our natural inclination might be to harden, to become defensive, or even to lash out. Yet, it is precisely in these challenging moments that kindness can reveal its profound and unexpected strength. It's not a weakness or a passive surrender. It is a deliberate choice, an act of quiet power that can sustain us, uplift others, and even disarm hostility when everything else seems to be crumbling. Think of the stoic resolve of Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger, who, after his plane lost engine power over New York City, calmly guided it to a safe landing on the Hudson River, saving all 155 lives aboard. In the chaos of a life-threatening emergency, his immediate response was not panic, but a calm, focused kindness toward his passengers and crew, guiding them with reassuring words and actions. His quiet strength, rooted in his professionalism and a deep sense of responsibility, exemplified how kindness, a concern for others' well-being, can manifest even in the most intense adversity, leading to extraordinary outcomes. Kindness in adversity means maintaining your composure when provoked, offering empathy when others are struggling, or simply speaking a gentle word when anger might be the easier response. It's about remembering our shared humanity even when circumstances try to divide us. This doesn't mean ignoring injustice or failing to defend yourself. It means choosing your response with intention rather than reacting blindly from fear or rage. When we respond with kindness, even in difficult situations, we not only preserve our own inner peace, but often de-escalate tension and create an opening for resolution. This quiet strength disarms. It stands firm without needing to dominate. It holds a space for humanity when all around seems to be collapsing. It is a powerful testament to the enduring spirit within us. Kindness is a powerful form of strength, especially in the face of adversity, allowing us to respond with wisdom rather than reactivity. Think of a challenging situation you are currently facing or anticipate. How could you approach this situation with a deliberate act of kindness, whether it's patience, empathy, or a calm word, instead of a reactive response? Leadership is often associated with authority, strategy, and decisive action. While these qualities are certainly important, true and sustainable influence, the kind that inspires loyalty and drives genuine progress, emerges from a deeper wellspring, compassion. Leading with compassion means understanding the needs, struggles, and aspirations of those you guide and allowing that empathy to inform your decisions and interactions. It's about influencing not through coercion, but through connection, building trust that encourages others to willingly follow. Consider the extraordinary impact of Mahatma Gandhi. He led a nation to independence not through military might or oppressive force, but through unwavering compassion and a commitment to nonviolence. He understood the suffering of his people and felt it deeply, inspiring millions to join his movement through the sheer power of his empathetic leadership. He influenced hearts and minds, demonstrating that true strength lies not in domination, but in the ability to unite and uplift through shared understanding and human kindness. His methods revolutionized how change could be achieved on a global scale. In our daily lives, whether leading a team at work, guiding our families, or simply interacting with friends, leading with compassion means genuinely listening to understand, offering support when needed, acknowledging effort, and celebrating successes, even small ones. It means being fair, just, and consistent, but also flexible and understanding when circumstances warrant. This approach builds psychological safety, allowing people to flourish, to take risks, and to contribute their best. When people feel seen, heard, and valued, they are far more likely to be engaged, creative, and resilient. Kindness in a leadership role transforms power dynamics from hierarchical to collaborative, fostering an environment where everyone can thrive. It is the most effective way to inspire lasting change and cultivate genuine loyalty. Compassionate leadership builds trust and inspires genuine engagement, leading to more effective influence. Think about a situation where you have an opportunity to lead or influence others, at work, home, or in a group. How could you approach this situation by prioritizing empathy and understanding the perspectives of those you are trying to guide? Life, in its finite nature, compels us to consider the mark we leave behind. While monuments may crumble and fortunes may dissipate, the most profound and enduring legacy any of us can create is one woven from the threads of kindness. Acts of compassion, empathy, and generosity resonate far beyond the moment they occur, echoing through time and touching generations in ways we may never fully comprehend. A legacy of love, built through consistent kindness, is the truest measure of a life well lived. Consider the remarkable life of Mother Teresa. She didn't accumulate wealth or political power. Her singular focus was on serving the poorest of the poor, offering kindness and compassion to those society had forgotten. Her acts, though individual, inspired a global movement of charity and selfless service. The ripples of her kindness continued to spread decades after her passing, evident in the countless people inspired by her example to dedicate their lives to helping others. Her legacy is not in buildings or institutions, but in the countless lives she touched and the enduring spirit of altruism she ignited. Every time we offer a genuine compliment, extend a helping hand, forgive a slight, or simply listen with an open heart, we are contributing to this legacy. These acts are like planting seeds in a vast garden, seeds that will eventually bloom, often in places and times we will never witness. They shape the character of our children, influence the culture of our workplaces, and contribute to the moral fabric of our communities. This isn't about seeking recognition or posthumous praise. It's about understanding that our choices have far-reaching consequences. To live a life of consistent kindness is to build a foundation of love that will outlast us, a gentle yet powerful force that continues to bless the world long after we are gone. It is a legacy accessible to every single one of us. The most enduring legacy we can leave is one of kindness, impacting lives far beyond our immediate reach. Reflect on the kind acts of someone who has influenced you. How did their kindness leave a lasting impression on you? What kind act could you perform today that might similarly resonate for someone else? We've explored the myriad ways kindness transforms the world and ourselves. But like any powerful force, to sustain a life of kindness requires deliberate cultivation. It's not a finite resource that can be depleted. Rather, it's like a self-renewing well. The more you draw from it, the more it replenishes itself, offering an endless supply of compassion, empathy, and generosity. The key lies in understanding how to keep this well pure and abundant, ensuring that our capacity for kindness continues to grow and flourish. Consider the everyday act of gardening. A well-tended garden, where the soil is nourished, the plants are watered, and weeds are removed, continues to yield beautiful blossoms and abundant harvests. Neglect it, and it withers. Our capacity for kindness is much the same. To sustain it, we must nourish ourselves, practice self-compassion, and be mindful of what depletes our energy or fosters cynicism. This means prioritizing our own well-being, setting healthy boundaries, and allowing ourselves to rest and recharge. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Furthermore, sustaining kindness involves continuously expanding our circles of empathy. It means actively seeking to understand perspectives different from our own, challenging our biases, and cultivating a genuine curiosity about the human experience. It's about remembering that every person we encounter carries their own unique burdens and joys, and that a kind response is almost always the most effective and humane one. The well of kindness deepens with practice, with intention, and with the unwavering belief in the inherent goodness of connection. It's a lifelong commitment, a continuous choice, and one that promises the richest rewards of all, a life filled with meaning, connection, and a profound sense of purpose. Keep drawing from the well and watch how it perpetually refills. Kindness is a self-renewing resource sustained by self-care, continuous empathy, and intentional practice. To ensure your well of kindness remains abundant, identify one small act of self-care you can commit to doing regularly. This could be anything from a few minutes of quiet reflection to ensuring you get enough rest. Nurture yourself so you can continue to nurture others. As our time together draws to a close, remember, the wisdom we've explored is a seed. To truly flourish, it needs your nurturing, your consistent effort, and your commitment to yourself. If these lessons have resonated with you, if they've sparked a flicker of understanding or a deeper sense of peace, then help us spread this wisdom, like and subscribe, so that these paths to inner silence and clarity can reach more people who could truly benefit from these timeless insights. Until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep finding that quiet strength within.